Hello, State Senator J.D. Mesnard from District 13 for another legislative update. We are actually at a very busy time in the session where in the Senate we are trying to push out all bills to a roll call vote and over to the House. They're trying to do the same with their House bills. We call this crossover week, and it's just a marathon of votes, a very busy week. One of the bills of mine that did pass that I'm excited about, you've heard me talk about this issue before, relates to what's called business personal property tax. So you're probably familiar with property tax, but a personal property tax is a tax we assess on equipment rather than sort of brick and mortar or land types of property. When a small business buys a piece of equipment, they pay a sales tax on that piece of equipment, but then we also assess a property tax for as long as they hold it. We have a very, very small exemption in statute now. What my bill would do is actually increase that exemption so that, again, our small businesses aren't facing the same kind of double taxation. It did pass out of the Senate. Unfortunately, it was a party line vote, which I have to say is different from the past. In the past, it was one of the areas of our tax code where cutting the tax, Republicans and Democrats tended to agree on. Unfortunately, my friends on the other side of the aisle did oppose this time. Another measure I'm working on, hoping to get to a floor vote soon, relates to teaching personal finance in our K-12 system. So financial literacy is what you'll hear this referred to as. We have a lot of folks coming out of our K-12 system that are having to make very big decisions about, whether to borrow money to go to college or, rent or buy a car, all these sort of financial decisions. Even when they're stepping on the college campuses, all these advertisements for high interest rate credit cards, and they're not really equipped to make good decisions. And unfortunately, the decisions they do make will follow them into their early adult years. So what we really want to see is a step up of improving financial literacy coming out of our K-12 system. When I was in high school, had a pretty advanced math all the way through calculus and differential equations. And I assure you, I've used none of that in my professional life. But something as basic as financial literacy, which would have been a huge help to me, I didn't have. So we want to work on that in our K-12 schools. I'm working with a lot of different stakeholders to see if we can add that as a requirement for graduation to make sure folks stepping into the real world are fully equipped to do so. That's the update for this week. Until the next one, God bless.